Hi everyone, welcome to MyAbhyas. I am Jyoti Sandeep, your maths teacher. In previous session, what we studied? We did problems on identities, right? Now we know all the identities and we have done problems also on that. Last class I told you I'll take you to this trigonometry's depth, right? So today I am taking you to the standard angles and allied angles. So we'll know not only 0 degree, 30 degree, 60, 45, whatever, 90, whatever, that is the standard angle you have already learned. But after knowing that, we will learn more on this in allied angles. Okay, are you ready for that? Let's see. Before this standard angle, allied angle and all, we should know signs of trigonometric. Let's see signs of trigonometric function first. What is the signs of trigonometric function? This is basically a rule which you have to follow before you learn allied angles. Okay. So what I will do, first consider a circle. It's in black. Consider a circle. Take x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so like how we have done in the previous session, take one point here, let it as a P, then OP as a, this will be the radius, drop one perpendicular from P, let that be M. So this is the radius, this is x and other one is y. The angle I am putting here. This is the basic diagram already. We have learned this, we have seen this. So here angle XOP is giving you theta radians. Okay. Now if I ask you to define sin theta and cos theta, which are the basic for this signs of trigonometric functions, then we will use the right angle triangle whatever we have. So triangle POM is giving you the right angle triangle, correct? So if I ask you to define sin theta, then what will you do? So y divided by r, and cos theta will be x by r. Always remember these three. Tan theta is y divided by x. So all the signs of the trigonometric ratios depends on this x and y value now. Okay. Suppose if you are having the first quadrant, if angle lies in the first quadrant, then it will be only theta. Correct? So that theta if you have, then we are talking about this point. If the point lies in the first quadrant, then if P lies in first quadrant, can you tell me signs of x and y? X is positive and y is positive, right? When x and y both are positive, then the ratios what you get here, whatever the ratio, sine, cos, tan and the reciprocal, all 6 ratios are going to be positive here because x is positive and y is positive. Correct? When both are positive, wherever you take the value, that will be positive only. So in general, how do we write in coordinates? We write x comma y. Correct? That means both x and y are positive. So all the ratios what we are getting will be positive. See, sin theta positive, radius is anyway positive, y by r is positive ratio, cos theta will be positive, tan theta is positive, and other three also will be positive. So in first quadrant, all the ratios are going to be positive. Okay, all the ratios are positive when you have x positive and y positive. Suppose, just think that if this point is there in second quadrant, okay, if the point is there in second quadrant, I'll take this side. If the point, if P lies in second quadrant, what will be the sign of X then? X will be negative, Y has to be positive. So X is negative and Y is positive, correct? When X is negative, Y is positive, where X is there, no, that will be negative. So cos theta will be negative. Here cos theta will be negative because X is there, X by R. So negative by positive, that will be negative, and tan theta. If you want, I'll show you in this one. I'll take off this one. If you want to copy down this, okay, I'll take this off. If X is negative, then cos theta will be negative and tan theta will be negative. So which is positive here? Only sin is positive. Sin theta will be positive by positive. Cos theta, because X is negative, negative by positive, which is negative. And tan theta will give you positive by negative, which will give you negative. So which is positive in this case? Only sin is positive. Remember this properly. In second quadrant only sin is coming positive. If sin is positive, reciprocal, the ulta of that reciprocal will be positive. So cosecant is going to be positive. Sin and cosecant both are positive in this case. Okay. So therefore sin theta and cosecant theta are positive and all other ratios are negative. Okay. And all other ratios are negative. Only these two are positive. Sin theta and cosecant theta are positive. So that means other ratios are negative. Got it? Let's see the third one. If P lies in the third quadrant, if the point goes and lies in the third quadrant anywhere, not only on the circumference, anywhere you take. So P lies in third quadrant. Then what happens? X and Y. Just see the sign of this. X is negative and Y is also negative. When X and Y both are negative, then what happens with this one? See, X and Y are negative. Let's see the sign of this. Sin theta will give you negative by positive, negative. Cos theta will be negative by positive. Because why positive in denominator? Because radius is a distance and distance is always positive. So R is positive. If you take tan theta, Y and X both are negative, then we will get positive. So where we are getting positive? Only in tan. Sin and cos are negative means reciprocal also will be negative. So only tan is positive in the third quadrant. In second quadrant, what happened? Sin theta and the co-ratio of that are positive. Here tan theta and cot theta are positive. Okay. If you similar way, if you take, here I'll write off tan theta and cot theta are positive. Correct? We understood this one. Now if you take the same way, P lies in the fourth quadrant. Now tell me where it will be. In fourth quadrant means tell me which one will be negative and positive. In fourth quadrant, X is positive, Y is negative. Okay. So if you are taking fourth quadrant, P lies in the fourth quadrant. What will be the sign of x? As usual, positive. And y is negative. If x is positive, y is negative, then what about these ratios? Sin theta is negative, cos theta will be positive, and tan theta will be negative. Correct? Understood? Now you have understood why we got that rule and why it is called as ASTC rule. You have heard of this ASTC rule. All are positive. Sign is positive. Sign is positive means automatically reciprocal will be there. So we don't mention that. Tan is positive, and in the fourth one it is cos positive. Cos is positive means secant also will be positive. So these signs are very important to follow in trigonometry or in calculus, anywhere. If the ratio is lying in that particular quadrant, then you have to use this rule. Okay, it is not only for this chapter you have this rule. No, it is everywhere. Wherever you have this trigonometry, wherever you are dealing with the trigonometric ratios and the quadrants, you have to check which ratio you are using and which quadrant it falls. Okay, angle you have to check where the angle lies, whether the angle is lying in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third or fourth. Accordingly you have to put the sign of that. Got it? Understood? So let's see in the quadrant manner. If angle lies in first quadrant, as I told, all are positive. So A is written there. If angle lies in the second quadrant, that is more than 90 and less than 180, then we call it as the second quadrant. If angle lies in second quadrant, then only sign is positive. Here all are positive. There only sign is positive means reciprocal will be there. And when it lies in third quadrant, more than 180, less than 270, then third quadrant, tan is positive. Okay. In fourth quadrant, if it is more than 270 and less than 360, then fourth quadrant we have cos positive. Knowing this, which and all are positive in which quadrant, we call the rule as ASTC rule. ASTC rule is very important. You have to remember this. So start time. Okay, remember this ASTC rule. To remember, in many reference books, many types of sentences will be given. You can take like this also: all student take calculus. Okay, all students take calculus. You can take or you can take like this. After school, this we used to give example like this. I mean, to remember, we used to give like this: all students after school, all students take calculus is one thing. All students learn trigonometry classes was the thing. Otherwise, after school, take college. Okay. Anything you remember, all students learn trigonometric, learn your leave or take trigonometric classes. Anything you take, but remember how you have to take the first letters in this. It goes in order. To remember the order, all this will be useful. Whichever you like. All students take coffee is also there. Very famous. Regularly we use, commonly we use that. I will write that also.